Assalamualaikum to Madam Akmal and to all my fellow classmates. Today, we are going to present to you the poster that we made for the process of recognition. Now, I am going to present to you the first step on gaining recognition, which is Employer Accord Recognition. Section 9 of the Industrial Relations Act has laid down the fundamental procedures on how a union can gain recognition. The union will successfully obtain recognition once the employer accord their workers. Next, the union will have to fill out the recognition form, or known as Form A. In the recognition form, the name, address, and specify the workers from whom the union requesting recognition. A copy of the union constitution will be sent out to the DGIR, or Director General in Industrial Relations, and the employer will be given 21 days to reply after receiving the claim for recognition. Next, I will pass the presentation to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Amiratika binti Muhammad Saiful. The second procedure of recognition is Employer Refuse Recognition, which according to Section 9, Subsection 4, Industrial Relations Act, employer can refuse to allow recognitions, and they will have to inform the union the reason of why they are making decision for the refusal. That is why it is very important for the employers to think carefully about whether they have any appropriate reasons on not to recognize the union. The union will be given 14 days to report to the DGIR, or known as Director General of Industrial Relations, for further instructions and actions on the next process. If employer refuses recognitions or has not responded at all within the stipulated time, trade unions of employees may report in writing to DGIR. A lot of employers has resisted for a union to gain recognition because employers see this as disadvantageous for them, and it could be a problem, for instance, in terms of financially. This is because by giving recognitions to the unions, bargaining process will soon to be followed. So, bargaining process is whereby peaceful negotiation by which employees have the rights to improve their working conditions in terms of wages, decrease working hours, increase benefits, and many more. This can surely give a lot of pressure to the management because they need to fulfill the demand from the union and the employees. Furthermore, there are some employers that have also deliberately delayed the recognition process because they want to avoid the collective bargaining. Therefore, there are many reasons why the employers refuse to give recognitions to the union. However, by delaying the recognitions, this will give negative impressions not only to the company reputations, but also to the company future growth. That is all from me, and I will pass the presentations to the next presenter.
The third procedure of recognition is the employer applying to DGIR to check the members of the trade union, and the trade union shall be waived. So in this process, the employer within 21 days shall apply to DGIR, Director General Industrial Relations, to ascertain whether or not the union fulfills the requirements for recognitions. So the DGIR has the power to determine whether on the date of the claim the workers are within the scope of the trade union's constitution, and he can hold a secret ballot of the workers to determine the percentage of the workers support the union. Under the Section 9, Subsection 4A, IRA 1967, The DGIR may take such steps or inquiries to ascertain the competence of the trade union of workmen in respect of whom the recognition is sought to be accorded and by any of secret ballot. Subsection 4A also stated that the DGIR shall notify the minister and decide that the recognition is to be accorded to the union involved. However, if the majority of the workers support the union, it is likely that the recognition will be granted by the DGIR compared to if there's an insufficient number of workers supporting the union, means that the recognition is not likely to be granted and there shall be wait for another 1 year before it can submit another claim. So as stated in the poster, what is secret ballot? So secret ballot is a voting method in which a voter's choices in an election or a referendum are anonymous, and also the requirements for recognition, there are 5 that I have stated here, which is the union must be a registered union. The union must be competent to represent the employees concerned. The union must be the appropriate union to represent the employees concerned, and also the union must be sufficiently representative of the employees concerned. So there are 4 actually, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning or evening. My name is Nur Najwa Aina and I will presenting about the 4th process, which is the employer ignore claim, where the trade union have to make a report to Director General Industrial Relations. As stated in Section 10 of Industrial Relations Act 1967, where the section itself makes it illegal for an employer to declare a lockout or for workers to picket or strike while a claim is being disposed. Section 10, Subsection 1 Industrial Relations Act 1967 states, no workman shall go on strike or do anything which is rendered lawful by virtue of the proviso to Subsection 40, Subsection 1, for whatever reason during the pendency of proceedings under Section 9. Section 10, Subsection 2 also stated, no employer shall declare a lockout or terminate the service of a workman once a trade union of a workman has served on the employer or a trade union of employers to which the employer belongs. This is to prevent an unscrupulous employer from getting rid of the workers, especially the leaders, who have already joined the union. Some employers may threaten to dismiss or transfer the workers who are known as the union activists. So, a registered trade union which has been applied for a recognition by the employer but has been refused recognition by the employer, the workers of the trade union shall send report to Director General Industrial Relations for the issue of a compulsory recognition.